What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Playmaker Pulse. I'm Emmy.
I'm Levi.
Today we're talking about, your identity as a footballer. What position suits you, and if you're stuck in one that you don't like, how can you get out of it or just work around it?
Yeah, because I struggled my first year of college and even my second year, just wondering what position I should be playing.
Mm.
Because I had all these different skills, and I was just wondering, would I be suited maybe as a right back, as a center mid? So we're just gonna go through all the kinds of stuff today, like help the position that's best for you as far as like the system you'll be playing in, what works for you based on your tendencies, and all of that sort.
So what about a number six that's playing in a system that also requires like him to drop in sometimes?
Into the center back role.
Yeah, like he drops in into like a like a back four, and then it turns into like a back three or back five. Like
Yeah, I would say
a lot of defense.
Yeah, I know a lot of sixes like struggle with that too. Like, should they be playing the six? Should they be playing as a center back?
Mm-hmm.
I would say like if you're composed on the ball, if you're calm under pressure, if you're okay in the early stages of build
Yeah.
up, I would say don't necessarily do that if you're not strong on the ball. And if you're more of a destroyer six, just sit in the middle. Like we see sixes like Vitinha do this.
Oh,
We've
he's
seen
so good
Sergio
on the
Busquets
ball.
do this because they're composed on the ball.
They're very calm on the ball.
They make very very smart decisions. They know when they can go, when they can cover the fullback, when they can advance up to the midfield. Like we even saw Vitinha's world class assist last year in the Champions League final. He started all the way from like where a right back would, but ended up in the midfield and then played the assist.
He's crazy, bro.
He's class, bro.
Oh
It's just
my
like situations
God.
like that where I would
Yeah.
say that could help differentiate a six from a center back. Or like, what would you recommend? Maybe someone who's stuck between playing attacking mid or maybe striker.
Ooh, dang. I would say if you're stuck in those positions, try and offer yourself as a center forward. I feel like if you watch Harry Kane, he's on paper he's a number nine
Yeah.
all and out. But if you see where this man is starting, like the transition, he's all the way in midfield, like where his midfielders would be, and he's always willing to drop in to defend or to start a counter. That's the word counter. Um, Spray the ball left, spray the ball right, or he can carry the ball. He's unbelievable on the ball. So I feel like if you want to, you know, I guess be versatile, and if you're not willing to like play like striker or like play the number 10, but that requires you to defend. I feel like the center forward, right in the middle,
Yeah.
has everything because you can be on the ball as much as you want. You can, you can start the attack. You can also just spray the ball left, right, keep the possession going. It doesn't have to be like a straight counter. You can just calm the game down.
Yeah.
But if you have to score, just play it quick. Just play 1-2 touch, and then you're up, like up the pitch.
Yeah.
Or you can also play like if you're technical enough, you can also play on the wings. We also, like we said last episode, you have to be willing to win your one-on-ones. Because if you don't win your one-on-ones, you just can't play wing. Let's be
Yeah.
honest here. Every top coach is going to be looking for players always willing to take on take on the opponent, no matter if it's one or if it's two. Okay, that's a little bit overkill.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to take on at least one, then good. If you're willing to take on two, then you have some big pair of balls. So let's say
Yeah.
that much. But
For sure.
you can play. I say you can play the wing as an all-out direct winger. You don't have to be fancy. You just have to have three skills mastered, and you don't have to be a showboat. You can just be the most direct person in the world.
No,
Put
yeah.
crosses in. What's it called? Cut inside. Either works. Like traditional, I feel like traditional is really good, but I feel like nowadays everyone wants to cut inside on their strong foot.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, that's figured out. But
Yeah.
a traditional has more versatility to be able to cut inside and then take you down the byline.
Yeah.
So I feel like a winger, like a direct traditional winger, is where I would say those players should be going to.
Yeah. If they're so used to cutting inside or maybe focused on finishing, because there's wingers they're not the same anymore. Now they're just used to being as like an inside forward, like almost left forward or right forward.
Mm-hmm.
Like your Mo Salahs, your Rafinhas, your Rashfords that just are all Mane, Mbappe, Vinny that are just all focused on that left or right hand half space to where they can cut in on a strong foot and finish.
Oh yeah.
So if you're a player that's like that, you can still play on the wing, or you could even try even being a striker. It
Mm-hmm.
all depends also too on system. That's one thing that I struggle with. I wasn't sure because I was
Mm-hmm.
always a technical player who was good at passing,
Mm-hmm.
dribbling, but I wondered should I play outside back or should I play in the midfield or even winger? But
Okay. Yeah.
one thing that like helped me is also knowing the system that you're into. That's the most important because just because maybe you're fast or maybe you're good at dribbling or maybe you're good at shooting doesn't mean you should play the stereotypical role or
Mm-hmm.
position that
Yeah.
is on paper. Like they say, oh, you're fast and good on the ball. It doesn't automatically mean you should play striker or winger. There are center backs that are quick and also composed on the ball with their feet. Like
Oh,
Mickey Van de
definitely.
Ven is a great example.
He's so quick, dude.
Yeah,
He's
like
so quick.
most people will say, "Oh, this guy's fast and good on the ball. He should play striker." Not absolutely the case.
Mm-hmm.
So, or maybe there's some young ballers out there that are wondering, "Okay, I'm good under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm good at taking my man 1v1,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe I struggle at finishing,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe I'm weak." I would say, looking at that, maybe you could play in the midfield, or maybe
Yeah.
you could even play as a winger, but not as a traditional winger. You could just like drop in different pockets, pick up the ball, recycle it, maybe allow like maybe the outside back to take up those kinds of spaces.
All the
as
free
well.
roams.
Yeah, tons of stuff you
Yeah.
can do.
I feel like free roam because I feel like if you're in a system where you're incorporating the fullbacks, you can basically have the license from your coach to be able to drop wherever you want, like
Yeah.
he said, drop wherever you want, any pocket you want, But you also gotta be willing to defend it. If you mess up, you can
Yeah.
sprint back, but also know that you have your outside back as cover up, but you also have to help him. If he's all the way up, you gotta come back because if he's all the way near the box and you're like at midfield, you have to make that sprint.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
if you're gonna make that risk, if you're gonna make that risk, just know you have to back it up, or
Yeah.
else you will get benched. So yeah, drop into those spaces, pick the ball, spray left, right, but just know you have your fullbacks full support
Yeah.
because they're gonna be willing to make the overlap, or you can just use them as a decoy. Boom, right there. Just fake the pass, and then you can just open up a shot right there,
Yeah.
or a pass. Because a lot of players nowadays they be using the overlap as a decoy. Because
Yeah.
now the defender is like, okay, so do I defend the winger or do I defend the fullback? Because they're like, they're in no man's land now. So now they got to worry about two different things at once. Just like in the NBA, a pick and roll. If you're in the middle of a pick and roll, you're like, who do I defend? The guy with the ball or the guy that's rolling to the basket? Now you're in no man's land. That's
Yeah.
kind of what this is. It's all about using your players and formation to your advantage, and you can use them as a decoy, and then that'd be to your benefit. To be honest.
Yeah, one thing that I wanted to maybe want to bring up this topic is for all us Chelsea fans out there, before we can even, I know we're struggling, but for those who've been watching when Rosinia first came in, is that he noticed that our wingers are not good. Garnacho, Neto, they need to be sold. Hopefully they will.
I thought you guys
But-
liked Neto,
No,
bro.
no,
He was y'all loved him out of Wolves so
Dude,
much.
he just runs and crosses the ball into like the Make-A-Wish kid, bro. But one thing that Rossini noticed, which is a couple things that I'll give him credit for, he noticed that our outside backs not comfortable in the build-up. So one thing that he did is he pushed Enzo to the wing, and for people who know, he's a center mid or a 10. So that could also be as an example for anyone who's put in a position you may not be comfortable with. Make the most out of it, and that's exactly what Rossini did with Enzo. Because he noticed that Enzo's really good on the ball. He's patient. He's composed. He's comfortable in the build-up.
Mhm.
So when he had him play as a winger, he dropped into where Cucurella was as a left back. And for those who know or are big fans of Toni Kroos, they did that same thing.
Mhm.
That would allow the winger to go up and act as a winger in that instance of play.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I see.
it helped because like Cucurella, we know he's not the strongest in the build-up, but he's really good in the advanced areas of the pitch and those half spaces. So let's say you're a center mid and your coach puts you at wing and you're like, I don't play winger. What can I do? That's something you could do. Watch Kroos, watch Enzo in those situations. You can
Yeah,
still
watch
use your
film.
midfield talents as
Yeah,
a winger.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
please watch film.
Take advantage of that. You can still use your passing
You don't have
and
to
your
be
ability to dictate the tempo. You can still do that. So
You don't have to be the most paciest winger in the world.
Oh,
I feel like
absolutely not,
people
yeah.
nowadays think that if you are gonna play winger, you have to be rapid.
no.
You do not have to be rapid. I
Yeah,
promise.
so
you.
maybe you're a winger that's more technical and you just want the ball at your feet and you just want to drip into different pockets of space that you see opening up that other players have left. You can do that.
Yeah, because all they gotta do is play like a playmaker role,
That's
or a wide playmaker,
yeah.
like on FIFA or on EAFC, wide playmaker, world class.
Yeah,
That's,
absolutely.
That's what
start,
it is.
You could start off out wide, but as your team graduates in possession, you can drift into the middle like Olise. That's literally what he does.
He basically does.
He stretches the opposition out, but he will get the ball and then bring it inwards towards the goal. Like, you don't have to be a pacey winger. So maybe if you say like,
basically him and Diaz and Olise are like the perfect examples. You have pacey, then you have not the most pacey, but he's basically a wide playmaker.
Yeah, so you
wide playmaker.
So just because like maybe you're wondering, oh, I shouldn't play wing because I'm not fast, because that's very Americanized. Don't get confused with that, guys.
Yeah, please.
Perfect example.
Please
or you also see with like someone like, it's a good example for maybe a striker. Oh, for those that remember, you guys remember Joe Ellington. He started off as a striker for Newcastle, but now he's probably one of the better center mids.
Yeah, Joe Ellington.
He was physical. He was strong. He didn't really have the biggest. He was not great at finishing, but he was good at hold-up play. He was very press resistant, and
I saw that story.
And that is perfect in the midfield.
I saw that story.
He doesn't really dictate the tempo that much, but he is a huge asset to that Eddie Howe.
I saw that
and
story.
And how he can switch positions, figure out where you struggle,
Yeah, I remember I saw that he got moved because a lot of players, like, people don't understand, like, the amount that these players sacrifice is ridiculous. Like, they'll be willing to go to a trial playing out of position. But they'll just adapt like this because they want that spot, they want that shot. So the people need to realize that you have to be versatile. Like, once a coach can discover you, like, okay, you're good here and here, but you're lacking this, but you can probably improve if you play here. I feel like people need to understand, just watch your film, be willing to be versatile. Don't talk back to your coach. If your coach puts you in out of position, just grow a pair of balls. I'm gonna be honest. Just grow a pair of balls, deal with it, and just make the best out of it. Because maybe that position shift, or what is it called? Shift like on FIFA.
Yeah.
You can basically make a name for yourself playing out of position, and then depending on your system and who's in charge of your side, then you can adjust accordingly. But if you're willing to sacrifice your position for the well-being of the team, then you're doing a very good job.
And who knows, you can even, like, if you have a lot of qualities, I'm sure you could make it happen in different positions. Like, I play outside back or winger or even the 10, but I got played as a striker one game. I know I have the ability to finish, but I can't run it behind. I'm not very physical. So I didn't play as a traditional striker. I still made the best out of my abilities.
Yeah.
When I saw open space, I would drop it and get the ball, use my passing ability. Or if I had the space to take someone on 1v1, I would. Or I could get into positions around the goal to have a shot to take advantage of my shooting. But that doesn't mean I had to hang on the last man, make runs in behind, and shield the center backs off, because that's not really my style. But I was able to make the most of my abilities with what I have. And then I know a lot of you guys out there are wondering, where should I play? I have the tendency to do this or the tendency to do that. But one thing I can say is if you like to take risks, play more of an attacking role. Or if you know you're disciplined, you can maybe say I can play 8, outside back, 6.
I feel like if you're very disciplined, you should be playing some defense.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to take a risk and just go for it, then you play more up the pitch. So.
Yeah, and for our attackers that see themselves as kind of mavericks, your hybrid players that are comfortable in all aspects of the game, shooting, dribbling, they can play on the left and they can play on the right. I would encourage you guys to be yourselves. Just to let your instincts take over. When you see space, take it. When you get the ball, take it and just make something happen. But those players are very rare, and obviously not everyone has the capabilities of doing that. Like, there's so many mavericks out there. Like, I love my guy Cole Palmer, obviously the GOAT, Messi, Eden Hazard.
Hazard was so good to watch.
Some more mavericks out there currently. Arda Güler.
Screw him.
Barca fan over here.
Hell yeah.
Lamine Yamal is also a very good one. He's comfortable in all aspects. Very good.
You should have seen how we played versus who did we play last week? Osasuna.
Tore them up.
Dude. Lamine would have cooked this team. Like, I understand we lost earlier to them, I think 4-2 at Osasuna. I think I think earlier this year or like last season, but Lamine right now is at a different level. Like he
Yeah.
is comfortable progressing, dropping back when he needs to. Because now he's improved on his defense.
Yeah.
Hansi got the best out of him to play some defense. So I like that. Nowadays a lot of coaches are making you wanting to play some good defense and like track back, but you can also have the confidence to progressively carry the ball up the pitch without losing it. Because if you lose it, then now you're at a vulnerability to where you're up, and then your teammate is probably in a situation where they're not the most comfortable. So I would say, study the players that are really good at progressing the ball up the pitch and that are composed. They don't rush. They know what's going on around them. That scan 24/7, like their life depends on it.
Yeah, that's
Look at
another
those
thing.
players.
Yeah. If you are a player that where you know you have good tactical awareness, you know you can scan. I would say you could play in the midfield. You could play as a winger, even as a striker. But if you know you're a player that's super direct and all you just want to go forward all the time, I would say play winger, outside back. But for your players that okay, my awareness isn't great, but I do know when I have my eyes forward on goal, I'm a better player. Like a lot of players, you got to realize, like, am I better with the game in front of me? Can I impact the game with the game behind me? That's one thing too when you're wondering where to play. And that can even differ positions wise, or even just like who you are as a player. Like there are wingers, like we mentioned earlier, like Olise, who can drift in, has good awareness, can scan, and can pick up the ball. But not all wingers can do that.
Yep.
So don't get discouraged if you're a winger and you realize that you can't drift inside, pick up the ball, scan. That's okay. There are a lot of successful touchline wingers out there. Like look at wingers right now, like Doku. He is a great positional maverick. He's not the player that'll drop in different pockets of space and pick up the ball.
You can take anybody on.
But when he's going direct, that's his
he can take anybody on. So yeah. What else? What about somebody that's stuck in a very robotic system? How do they get out of that? Like if they just have no choice but to just deal with the system, what do they do?
What position are they playing?
I say if they're playing let me see, let's say they're playing 4-2-3-1 system.
All right.
And they're the double pivot.
Double pivot, all right.
And obviously you're gonna have times where the one pivot goes up and the other stays down.
All right.
But then you have a miscue now where the other one wants to attack now. So what do you do in that situation? Because obviously the number 10's responsibility is to be the attacking mid.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what do you do in that situation where you don't want to be playing back passes or dropping back?
Oh, so like if you're a double pivot and you want to attack more.
Yeah, if you want to attack more than your partner is, because like obviously you might get a little bit jealous.
Yeah.
If he's getting all the glory and you're like, bro, but I'm just doing I'm doing all the dirty work.
Yeah.
I'm winning the ball back. I'm progressing it, but I have to sit back the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't do anything. Like
at that point, yeah.
What do I do?
Who knows? That's happened in game settings all the time where you're being forced to be more disciplined. It can be frustrating, absolutely. But I would say talk to your other pivot. Pick and choose your moments too. Make sure you're taking advantage of that awareness that our sixes have. Remember that. Like if you see your space go, and your other teammates will make sure to cover for you. Or if your job is just to specifically sit no matter what. I know that can be frustrating at times as well, but that is the role you were assigned by the coach for the game, so you're just going to have to stick to it. I've done that too. I've been put at center back, and it's been rough.
I've been put as a number 8.
And I know
ridiculous.
I know I can't go for it. I just have to take advantage of it. But even still, you can, if you like to pass the ball and control the tempo, you can still do that as a center back or as a number 6. Just get in, stay disciplined. Make sure when you check for the ball, you're checking your shoulder, and you can maybe do something like similar to Andrea Pirlo.
Yeah.
You can be maybe a deep lying playmaker-esque kind of thing where you're staying deeper, not necessarily exactly like Pirlo because he still had the freedom to just drift wherever he wants.
He had a free
but
roam.
You could make sure you could stay back and then maybe play a few passes. Also, talk to your other 6. Maybe sometimes you can pick and choose, but just make sure they do stay disciplined. It's always about making the most out of your abilities, but staying true to the structure as well that the gaffer's given.
So should any players be watching Chelsea players? Or
Not right now. Maybe
any of the players on Chelsea or the academy.
Maybe. Oh, definitely watch the academy. The academy has been incredible this season. Like players like Rabaj, nicknamed the Turkish Messi, Jesse Derry, Eboué. Shout out to Jesse Derry. Hopefully his injury that was pretty scary.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
But yeah, I guess for anyone who's out there watching Chelsea right now,
don't.
Unless you maybe João Pedro, I'd say he's the only player that could hold his head up high as of right now. But if you want to watch, maybe a few months ago, you could watch Chelsea, and that can help you maybe find your positional identity with one of the players. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of midfielders that could relate to Andre Santos.
Oh, wow.
A player that is good at putting out the fires out of possession, a good tempo pusher. So maybe a player out there is watching that. It's like, okay, I'm good at staying back, but I can also contribute going forward. Okay, I can watch him. Or they could watch Garnacho, learn what not to do.
Oh, God. Garnacho's so boring to watch. Jesus, he fell off. I feel bad for the guy, but they already want him out, bro.
Yeah, I hope he leaves. He's very frustrating.
You guys bought him for £40 million last summer.
Yeah.
Y'all were hyping him up. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Or
he's average.
One thing, too, for my strikers who are maybe fans of Chelsea and also like João Pedro, we know he's not a traditional number 9.
He's basically a number 10.
Yeah, he's a 10, but
like Brighton, like at Brighton. Watch.
But one thing that Rosinha helped him with is that he opened up the game for him, which gave him more opportunities to play in, because he's a footballer. He's a natural footballer for a striker, more than the common striker that just hangs on the last man and gets goals. He needs space to play in.
Definitely.
So that's something that could help. That's another topic that we could dive into later.
Yeah.
But for any aspiring footballers, hopefully this helps, because you could watch the pros, maybe learn and understand the qualities that you have if you're struggling what position you can play, but also understand that even if you're getting put out of position, that also means you can still use your qualities as well.
Yeah. Based
on the system. Like, for example, inverted outside backs, maybe you're a midfielder and your team doesn't have any outside backs.
That's true.
But you could invert to the midfield in possession. You'd be still using your midfielder qualities there. Just a good example for that. Or as we talked about, I feel like the golden example was Olise. It could be wide playmaker. Just because you're not pacey doesn't mean you can't play winger.
Yeah, he cooked Nuno Mendes.
Absolutely. You could start your positioning off wide, but then gradually drift towards.
Yeah, he took up many pockets. He took up many pockets.
Ryan Cherky's the same way for City.
Yeah, I like watching him play. So
very good players.
I like that. And one last thing for the viewers, what do you? Let me see. What team should these viewers be watching that has all the qualities that they might be looking for when they want to position change or change their identity as a footballer?
I would say watch the teams that are pretty open, that have more of a relational approach to the game, which is coming back, which I love. So I would watch your teams like Bayern, PSG, that have so many different profiles at each position. That can help you deter which team or which player or which position, that you'd want to play. Or it can even say okay, maybe I work in this system as well. I'd watch Bayern. I would watch PSG. And then I know it's weird, but I'd honestly watch the Crew. I mean, under Nancy, they had a lot of players that were comfortable in all aspects of the game. And
shout out the Crew, man.
Yeah.
Get it together, please.
Not what they're doing right now to ignore that.
Get it together, please.
I would say watch Bayern, watch the Crew. Let's see. I could also watch Barcelona, because how fluid they are going forward. So many different profiles.
Don't watch Madrid, they suck.
Yes. And also you guys could watch specific players too that share the same qualities, tendencies as you, and maybe you could see yourself playing there. But that's the beauty of football. There are so many different systems, profiles, talents, tendencies, where it could be hard to figure out what position that you want to play. But hopefully this was helpful for you guys, to help give you guys an idea, because I know I struggled with positional identity. Do I want to play outside back, 10, or winger? Because I know I don't have the pace, but I have technical ability. I'm good at scanning. I'm decent with my ball striking and finishing, but my off the ball movement isn't great. I don't make runs in behind at all, but that doesn't mean I can't succeed as a winger.
That's true.
Or
That's very true.
I could still be a wide playmaker like we discussed before. Or as a 10, I could take advantage of my passing ability.
Yeah.
And then also, for people that are playing multiple positions, know what kind of a profile you are. Maybe you're different in one position than the other.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this gives you, some helpful insight into how you can probably shift your identity as a footballer. If you're struggling to find your identity, please watch the pros. They're there to help you. They're not there just to flaunt their money. They're also an example of what to do and what not to do. Like if you're playing for Chelsea,
don't watch
don't watch Madrid. They suck. They're about to lose the league. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with everyone you know. Share it, please. We're just getting started, so bear with us with this setup, but it'll gradually get better as time goes on. And yeah, see you guys next week. Peace out.